Welcome back, VA user. In today's session, we are going to see how to enter the direct debit note into the VA system. Now, the direct debit note used to be raised and we need to enter it, and later on with the debit notes and the AP invoices, there can be the allocations, and also the allocation can be with your AR invoices or the AR credit memo if your customer and the vendor is the same person. Okay. Now we just need to raise the direct debit note. When I will say a direct debit note, it means there would not be any document like vendor RMA or the vendor return document would be there at the background. Instead, it is direct in nature. It means without any references of vendor RMA and your vendor return. So how we can enter such a direct debit note into the VA system? We'll move on to the system and we'll see how we can process direct debit notes. So I'm logged in with IDSync admin, and you need to search your AP invoice or invoice vendor. Okay, so I'm searching here my AP invoice. I'll say new record, and we just need to select our direct document type as AP credit memo. Now here the important thing we need to understand, it is a written document marked as a document type. So you would be able to see it is a written document. It means when the accounting consequences would happen, it means your accounts payables used to debit instead of getting credited. Okay, in case of AP invoices, it used to credit, and your charge expenses used to debit in case of AP invoices, while in case of AP credit memo or the debit note, your accounting consequences will revert it out. Okay, so it means your accounts payable are going to be debited while your charge expenses are going to be credited. Now we just need to select data systems, the vendor, whichever the vendor of yours, and thereafter you can move on to the delivery and invoices. Use your payment method, any one of them, and save this record. So once you select the vendor, most of the details will be bring up by the system automatically. So it will be pulled based onto the vendor master settings, and once it is done, thereafter move on to the invoice line. Say new record. If you want to select certain products, you would be able to do so. Now I just need to select my rent, and then I would be able to enter my amount as, let's say, for $50 there would be a certain discount, and for this there is going to be VAT 4% applied. So we just need to save, move on here at the invoice header, and thereafter we'll see review posting. So presently it is not there. So as I have always mentioned, if it is not linked, then our first initial step is to verify whether our posting doc type is linked or not linked. It is not linked presently, so I will link here, and thereafter I would be able to check. That normally not happens once the proper settings done into the VA system. So you would be able to see my payable trade is 52, 2 is the tax, and the 50 is going to be the charge revenue. So it is not going to be the charge revenue, instead it is going to be the charge expenses. So the right rules are not properly set it up. That's why this is showing the wrong entry here. But instead of the charge revenue, it is going to be charge expenses. So once it is done, thereafter you just need to process this document and say complete. And later, if you want to take the printout, you would be able to take the printout from the print button, and thereafter you would be able to file it out in your documents. Okay, so that is how you would be able to process the debit memo or AP credit memo into the VA system. I hope this helps you to understand how you would be able to process the debit note. If you like our video, then I would request you to subscribe our channel and share this knowledge among your colleagues, and share our channels to your colleagues so that they would learn how to process such a documents into the VA system. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.